I'm David Frost from Section E. Welcome to the service, remembering our lost classmates and friends. As you saw in the opening, we hope each of you will imagine yourself in the chapel on campus, as we did for the 30th, 35th, and 40th reunions. During the first week of class, my mother died, and it is as hard for me now as it was then. But my grandmother's advice then still holds for us today. We are only gone when we are forgotten. People live on in our memories. Today, we remember and honor our lost friends, thankful for having them in our lives. We want to thank everybody who took the time to write a memory of a lost classmate. Mary Burton and Michael Quinn will read a list of everyone we have lost. Michael Chu, Jim Fowler, Tamar Gindis, Jane Linder, and Father George will lead us in prayers. We lost 65 classmates out of the 710 that graduated in June of 1976. 14 have died since our 40th 5 years ago. We are all aware of our dwindling numbers. We hope that everyone will use the time we have left to reconnect with lifelong friends. Our friends are some of the greatest gifts we have in life. We start with an opening prayer from Father George Saltzman, Order of St. Francis de Sales, Harvard Graduate School, chaplain, Harvard Catholic Center, and member of the Adams House Senior Commons Room. Father Saltzman also has a PhD in biochemistry from Harvard. Father George.
I'd like to welcome everyone at the Harvard Business School back to the business school, even if only virtually, and then to join you with my sympathy for those whom you've lost from your ranks, and know of my prayers and our prayers for them. I'd like to use as a reflection and a prayer in faith what John Henry Newman, a very famous university chaplain, offered years ago, and to make it our own. God has created me to do him some definite service. He has committed some work to me which he has not committed to another. I have my mission. I may never know it in this life, but I shall be told it in the next. I am a link in a chain, a bond of connection between persons. He has not created me for naught. I shall do good. I shall do his work. I shall be an angel of peace and a preacher of truth in my own place. We thank God for the mission that God gives us in our own lives, and right now we particularly focus on those who've gone before us. We think of all the good they've done in manifold ways. We think of all the good they've done in manifold ways, and we give thanks to God for them and all that good. Amen.
Amen.
Jim Fowler. I was in Section A, and today we remember our class of 76 companions, especially those who have died. In our years at B School, we learned from each other and discovered helpful insights and valuable qualities in each other. We helped and encouraged our new mates, and lifetime bonds were born, both as friends and as colleagues. We cherished those years when we forged these relationships, now woven into our very lives and careers. Today, we are seeing our classmates die in increasing numbers, and we are missing them. We're honoring them, and also we are coming to terms with our own mortality. Join me now in a moment of silence. Dear Lord, who made us and truly understands us, in your boundless compassion, console us now as we mourn. Give us faith to see in death a door into a better world, so that with quiet confidence we can continue our course on earth until that day when our names are called and we are reunited with those we remember this day. Eternal Father, you've blessed us so much. Give us one thing more. Truly grateful hearts, not just thankful when it occurs to us, as if your blessings ebbed and flowed, but such hearts whose very pulse will sing your praise.
And now, Mary Burton and Mike Quinn will read the roll call of our lost friends.
Al Adams. Bill Allen. Piper Andrews. John Oth. Bob Barrow. Al Barstow. Bill Bennett. Rob Blattner.
Jeff Brazer. Scott Burke. Phil Burkhead. Ron Bush. Fred Sherrick. Marge Corp. John Crowley. Carly Cuniff. Michael Diamond.
Arturo Esquivel. David Fisher. Vicki Franklin. Waddy Garrett. Juan Gonzalez. Joe Grasser. Andy Grinstead.
Yuli Holdeman. Jim Hall. Ed Hamilton. Steve Herod. Dory Holmes. Bob Hooper. Chris Huntoon. Ralph Ismail.
Jim Isono. Kathy Janiger. Kevin Yaros. Steve Kendrick. Charles Kewish. Sarah Kinsman. Joel Kirschbaum. Larry Kono.
Frank Latimer. Bill McLeod. John Mariskin. Rick May. Betty McCleary. Carl McCutcheon. Gordon McMahon. Dave Mesner.
Joan Nelson, Mary O'Hara, Jim Pettyjohn, Debbie Post, John Post, Linda Powers, Wes Rogers, Wendy Roos,
Steve Schiffer. Bill Schwartz. Francois Souchet. Ken Sullivan. Mark Tessier. Doug Warren. Kevin Whitney. Steve Wright. Phil Zucker.
Michael Chu from Section C of the class of 1976, and I will read the 23rd Psalm, the Psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Hello, I'm Tamar Gindis, class of 1976, section E. I'm speaking to you from Jerusalem, Israel, and I'm going to say the Kaddish. Let the glory of God be extolled, that his great name be hallowed in the world whose creation he willed. May his kingdom soon prevail, our own day, our own lives, and the life of all Israel. And let us say, Amen. Let his great name be blessed forever and ever. Let the name of the Holy One, blessed is he, be glorified, exalted, and honored, though he is beyond all the praises, songs, and adorations that we can utter. And let us say, Amen. For us and for all Israel, may the blessing of peace and the promise of life come true. And let us say, Amen. May the one who causes peace to reign in the high heavens, let peace descend on us, on all Israel and all the world. And let us say, Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say, Amen.
Hello, I'm Jane Linder, MBA Class of 76, Section E, and I'm going to read a few words called Life is a Journey by Rabbi Alvin Fine. Life is a journey from childhood to maturity and youth to age, from innocence to awareness and ignorance to knowing, from foolishness to discretion and then perhaps to wisdom, from weakness to strength, and from strength to weakness and then often back again, from health to sickness and we hope to health again, from offense to forgiveness, from loneliness to love, from joy to gratitude, from pain to compassion, from grief to understanding, from fear to resolve, from defeat to defeat to defeat, until not looking backwards or ahead, we see that victory lies not in some high point along the way, but in having made the journey step by step, a sacred pilgrimage.
Please join me in reciting the rising of the sun. By repeating after each stanza, we remember them. In the rising of the sun and in its going down,
We remember them.
in the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter,
We remember them.
in the opening of the buds and the rebirth of spring,
We remember them.
in the blueness of the sky and the warmth of summer,
We remember them.
in the rustling of the leaves and the beauty of autumn,
We remember them.
in the beginning of the year and when it ends,
We remember them.
when we are weary and in need of strength,
We remember them.
when we are lost and sick at heart,
We remember them.
when we have joys we yearn to share,
We remember them.
so long as they live, we too shall live. For as they are now part of us, we remember them. And now for the closing benediction, Father George.
Lord, support us all the day long until the shadows lengthen and the evening comes, when the busy world is hushed, when the fever of life is over and our work is done. Then in thy mercy grant us a safe lodging and a holy rest and a peace at the last. Amen.
Amen.